Hello, my dear children. I'm here with a new video for you. So now we are in grade 7. Grade 7 unit number 1. The planet Earth we live. In this lesson, we have already discussed a lot of things about our planet Earth. So if you subscribe my channel Sensei Lanka Online Education, you can watch my earlier videos for these lessons. So today we are moving to unit number 1. Then the topic is longitudes. So now we are going to discuss the longitudes. So my dear children, can you remember earlier I discussed a lot of things about longitudes and latitudes as a common topic. And then in my earlier video, I discussed what are the latitudes. අක්ෂාංශ කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා මතකයි නේද මගේ කලින් වීඩියෝ එකේ? Did you look at my earlier video? Latitudes. So today I'm here with a new lesson about longitudes. In Sinhala we say deshansha. So now you can get ready to learn what are the longitudes. Now I think this lesson is easy for you. Because if you looked at my earlier videos, introduction to longitudes and latitudes, and then my next video, introduction to latitudes as a new topic, you can understand what are the longitudes very easily. So if you did not watch those videos, please follow me and look at my earlier videos before this lesson. So now, look at the topic, what are the longitudes? Do you know what they are? Here I have given you a definition for you. What is a definition? It is a kind of a brief description. Shall we read this? The imaginary lines that are drawn vertically from north to south on the model globe are called longitudes. Can you understand it? You can understand it with my earlier lessons. The imaginary lines. What are the imaginary lines? Imaginary lines. That means in the world, on the surface of the earth, these lines are not there. They are not real. So these lines are imaginary lines. We think these lines are there, but in real they are not there. So the imaginary lines. Longitudes are also a kind of imaginary lines that are drawn vertically. Earlier the latitudes were drawn horizontally, parallel to the earth. But now we draw them vertically. Look at this. We draw them vertically. Vertically. Siras satata tamai andin. So what are the two directions? North and the south. Utture indan dakunata. Dakune indan utturata. From north to south or south to north. Where do we draw them? On the model globe. We draw them on the model globe. So now look at the definition. The imaginary lines that are drawn vertically. What is the meaning of vertically? This direction. From north to south. This is north, this is south in the direction chart. On the model globe are called longitudes. So my dear children, now I think you understand this definition. Okay? So now look at this. This is a picture of a model globe. Just like a circle, we are drawing the model globe. We can draw it on the paper. Wait, I will show you that. Can you remember this one in my earlier lesson? These are the latitudes that we can draw it on the paper. So now I will show you this. Can you see they are vertical? They are vertical lines drawn on the model globe. So these are the longitudes, vertically drawn imaginary lines. So this is the way of drawing them. So now let's go to our presentation again. So look at this picture. Can you remember when we learned about the latitudes? I told you latitudes have a value. They have a value. So now look at this. Longitudes also have a value. 0, 15, 30. Can you see the degrees here? Look at this line. Look at this line. Can you see? Can you see? These are the values. So there are many longitudes and they all have a value. 0, number 1, number 2, number 3, like that. These are the values. So in our lesson latitudes, can you remember there are some major latitudes and they had names. Equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, North Pole, South Pole. Like that, even in the longitudes, Deshansha Valat, major longitudes are there. But normally we are discussing only 2. One is here. Can you see prime meridian? Look at this green color one I am drawing. We say prime meridian. Can you see it? It goes across the city of Greenwich in England. So this is the prime meridian and it has the value 0. Anshaka binduwe deshansha rekhawa. Prime meridian. I think now you understand it. Shall we go to the next part? Drawing longitudes on a model globe. How to draw the longitudes on a model globe? So Pute, can you remember in my earlier video, if you looked at it, we got these 2 balls, green color and yellow color balls to draw them in the introduction and also in the lesson latitudes. We use these plastic balls. If you don't have a model globe with you, don't worry. Model globe ekak moneda? No, we can make a model globe by using this kind of a ball. You can take a regiform ball. You can take any other one. Then you need a platinum or a marker pen. You can use a platinum or a marker pen like this. Then this is a plastic ball. It's a toy. So my dear children, now the thing you have to do is this. I will show you how to draw. Now I told you longitudes are drawn from north to south. So this top is the north, bottom is the south. Do you understand? They have vertical lines. These lines are vertical. So we can draw the lines vertically. Like this. Siras satata andinna one. In my ball, there's a texture so that you can see that texture also. Don't worry about it. If you have a plain ball like this, it is easy to draw. Can you see how to draw them? Can you see these lines are vertical from north to south? Vertical lines from north to south. So these are the longitudes. This is how to draw them on a model globe. So now is that easy? I think the lesson is easy for you. Then look at the picture on my screen. There you can see how to draw it on a paper. There you can see how to draw it on a paper. A4 sheet. Look at this one. You can draw a circle. You can draw a circle. Like this, you can draw a circle. Then you can use any other color you like and draw the lines. This is the prime meridian. Then you can draw the other lines like this. You have to draw them. I'm using the mouse. If you are using the pencil, very easy to draw. So this is the way of drawing them. Look at this picture. If you like, you can draw the continents and color them. You can color the oceans. Then the picture will be beautiful. You can paste it on your writing book. This is the way of drawing the longitudes on a paper. This is the way of drawing the longitudes on a model globe. And then you can draw this on a paper plate like this. Can you remember this paper plate? I used this in my earlier lesson, latitudes. So now you need a paper plate and a pen. You can do the same thing. Now the direction is different. This is north. This is south. Wait, I will show you. This paper plate, look at the shape. It is a round one. So this shape is perfect to decide, to think, to assume this is the globe. මේ හැඩේ තියෙනවනේ අපේ globe එකේ. So you have to draw the line like this. When you keep it on a table and drawing, you can draw it nicely. There should be a support for you to draw. So this is the 0. අංශක බිඳුව line එක. අංශක බිඳුව කියන දේශාංශය prime meridian. Then you can draw the other lines like this. Can you see? This is the way of drawing the longitudes on a model globe. So you can do this activity when you have a free time. And then can you remember these two threads that I used in my earlier video? By using the thread, you can paste the longitudes. You can paste them. So dear children, this is the way of pasting. You have to take some glue. You can paste them beautifully like this. Can you understand how to paste them? You have to take the correct shape and paste them according to the shape. If you use this kind of activities, when you have free time, you will remember everything very easily. They will go to your mind quickly. So dear children, more about longitudes. So in this picture, you can see prime meridian. Do you know this prime meridian is going across the city of Greenwich in England? It is here. I will use another color, wait. Green color. If you think this is the city of Greenwich, green color one. This is the arrow. Now can you see the green color arrow? The city of Greenwich. This line is going across the Greenwich city in England. So we give it another name. What is that? Greenwich line. We say it Greenwich line because it is going across the city of Greenwich. We say Greenwich line. The 0-degree longitude. අංශක බිඳුව දේශාංශය prime meridian කියලාත් කියනවා, Greenwich line කියලාත් කියනවා. මොකද එංගලන්තේ Greenwich කියන නගරය හරහා තමයි ඒක තියෙන්නේ. Then we are discussing the opposite line. We are discussing the opposite line. We can look at it now. Now look at this one. Here you can see 0. Then on the other side, if you go towards this side, there you can see 180 line. But in this globe, we can't see because it is a globe. Pute, look at this globe. If we draw this line, can you see the opposite one? If we are moving around, at the same time, can we see all the sides? No, because this is a circle. This is a globe. It is rotating like this. So we can't see all the sides at one side. එකපාර දෙපැත්තම බලන්න බෑ. So if you turn the other side, you can see 180 line. It has another name. What is the name of that line? International date line. It is international date line. ජාත්‍යන්තර දින රේඛාව කියලා කියනවා. In Sinhala. International date line. So there are two major longitudes. There are only two major longitudes. So look at this. Values and names of major longitudes. Values and names of major longitudes. Okay, we have to correct this. It should be longitudes. What are the values? What are the names of them? Can you look at it here? Longitudes. Yes. What are the values and names of major longitudes? Prime meridian. Greenwich රේඛාව 0 degrees. International date line 180 degrees. අංශක 180. It is going towards the east. නැගෙනහිර පැත්තට තමයි යන්නේ. Because of that we say it east. But it is a common line. It is a common line. For the east and west, there is only one line. So here can you understand it? International date line. But we draw international date line not as a straight line. Look at the shape of it. It is not a straight line. Why? It is not a straight line. To avoid the division of the countries, we are drawing it like this. You can learn it in grade 8. You can learn it in grade 8. To avoid the division of the countries, we are drawing it according to this shape, not as a direct line. So you have to remember that. So now we can move to the next one. In my earlier video, can you remember the earth is divided into two? The earth is divided into two by using the equator. Northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So now we are going to divide the earth into another two. වෙන විදියකට දෙකකට බෙදනවා. කොහමද වෙන විදිය? We are using now the zero longitude. අංශක බිඳුව කියන දේශාංශය තමයි දැන් පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. So we use zero longitude to divide the earth into two. Can you understand it here? This is the 0 degree longitude. So by using this vertical line, we can divide the earth into two halves. So this first half is eastern hemisphere because it is in the eastern side. නැගෙනහිර පැත්තේ තියෙන කොටස නැගෙනහිර අර්ධගෝලය. The half which is there in western hemisphere. බටහිර අර්ධගෝලය. These are the two hemispheres divided by prime meridian or zero longitude. If you think about the world map, look at this picture. If you think about the world map also, you can divide it. In the world map, if you draw this 0-degree longitude, we can divide it into two. East, to the east, to the west. So towards the east, there is a half. Towards the west, there is another half. So in the eastern hemisphere is there. Some countries, some continents are there in eastern hemisphere. Some countries, continents and the cities are there in western hemisphere. Now I think you understand our lesson. Longitudes. I gave you a definition. I introduced you how to draw it on the model globe, how to draw them on a paper, and we looked at a lot of pictures. So my dear children, now I think you understand this lesson well. Look at the way of drawing it. You can draw the sketch images like this when you are studying. It will be helpful for you to remember the lessons. And also you can take a world map and draw them. Pute, look at this world map. All of you look at the world map here. Not only on the model globe like a round. We can use a world map, the flat paper, to draw this. There also we can mark this 0-degree longitude and then 180-degree longitude. 0-degree is prime meridian, 180-degree is international dateline. Look at the way of drawing it. It is not a straight line. These are the things that you have to remember. So now I think you understand today's lesson very well. If you have any issues related to the lessons, you can contact with me. You can subscribe my Facebook page. You can subscribe my YouTube channel. You can send me the messages. So then I can help you to clarify the things related to this lesson. So my dear children, thank you very much and hope to meet you again. Bye for now.